This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. In last meeting, we discussed about events concept, and we have created a class which is related to extension concept. And okay, so this one we have a targeted for form, right? I mean, so this class is written for validate write method in the events. Suppose if I want to execute, okay, let me write down the it is a like a form. Okay, just I'm giving a form word. So the same kind of business logic I would like to write for a table level. Okay, suppose there is a HCM loan type table is there here. Let me open this table. If I want to write a piece of code in the methods, see here. Here also we are unable to find the methods list, right? Suppose the same way you just need to go for the events, and here we need to select the appropriate method, which method you want to override. Okay, you need to select the method, and you need to copy the event handler code. Okay, here suppose if you want to write something like a validate write kind of method, here there is a method called on validated write. Okay, on validated write or on validating write, something little bit different will be there. Just a second. It is a yeah, of course. This one on validated write, you need to write the code on table level, for example. And one more thing, suppose in form level. In form level, we used frequently a validate method and modified method, right? For example, if you go to the EMP table, uh, data source level, we have seen data source level validate write method we have written here in the extension concept. This one, okay. For suppose if you want to write any validation for a age field in validate method, suppose if I want to write this method in table level. Normally in table level, the field called, I mean, the method called modified field and validate field. This one is validate field, and this one is modified field on every table. Suppose if you open the EMP table directly, this one validate field and modified field. So we need to use these methods uh, for this one, validate and modified. If you want to write the code in form level, this is the method we need to override. If you want to write the code at a table level, we need to override validate field. Suppose in existing table, if you want to write this same business logic, I mean same method in this particular method, we need to take this one on validating field, okay, on validated field, because already on once it is validated, then we need to show the error, right? So this one, okay, let me copy the event handler code here on validated field. Okay, now I'm creating a class again. I'm following the same procedure which we have followed yesterday. Okay, I'm creating a new class. Okay, here I'm creating a new class, and HCM loan type, right? HCM loan type table, HCM loan type table underscore extension. HCM loan type form. Yesterday we have written, right? This one, HCM loan type form underscore extension. Now HCM loan type table underscore extension. Okay, now this one, I'm writing a signature called extension of table str HCM loan type. So this is the table, and the class must be final, right? The extension class must be final class. In last class, we have created this method HCM loan type of form extension. So here we have used form str. Now I am using table str. Okay, now already we have copied the code, right? So let me paste that code in the method itself. Paste that method, signature, method signature, data event handler, table str, your table name, and whatever the event you are taking, so that we can see here a validated field, and this is your method signature and unvalidated field. And here we have a two arguments, one is sender and second one is z. Here in last class we have seen about form data source. Here the argument is form data source. Here it is also same data event args. Okay, here the common indicates table. Normally in Dynamics 365 the word common indicates table. Now here, so let me declare the table HCM loan type, HCM loan type. Okay, I have created an object for the HCM loan type equal to sender. Directly I am taking the receiving argument, whatever the table we are receiving, on which table we are modifying this field, that particular date, table reference I'm storing in the HCM loan type LOC directly. Okay, so this is the common statement we need to write for every method in the method, in this kind of methods. Okay, and here there is a method called validate field, validate field event args. This one, validate field event args. This is the class actually. For this class I'm writing like a VF event args. It is an argument. Okay, it is an buffer class object. Validate field event args is a class. For this class I have created an object for the VF event args equal to, already we have a data event args e letter is there. Okay, e as validate field event args. So this is the way you need to create an object for the this particular class. Why I am taking this class means we are validating the events, we are validating the arguments, right? Arguments in the sense fields. So that is the reason we have a class, separate class for validating the args. Validate field event args class is there, so that I'm using here. Okay, and I'm taking boolean data type ret equal to, already we have taken vf event args dot dot. So here there is a param validate result. So the result I'm storing in ret. Whatever the result we are getting, the result I'm going to store in the ret variable. That ret I will return whenever I want. Okay, now I will start writing the business logic here. Normally in these methods we will write a switch case. Okay, I'll show you here. Validate field, right? Okay, let me open the code. See here, in validate field we have written a switch case, because in this method we need to write multiple field validations. this is for age validation, this is for date of birth validation. So that is the reason we definitely use a switch case. In that switch, we need to pass the field number, right? In the same way, I will also use, just a second. I will also use switch case here. Right click, take the switch case. Just a second.
Insert snippet.
Insert snippet, and there is a switch. Okay. In this switch, we need to pass the field ID actually here. We need to pass the field ID. That field ID we can get vf event args dot param field ID. Normally here, what exactly we have passed here? EMP table, see this one, field ID to check. Whatever the argument we have, that directly we are passing into the switch case. Here, what we have done, here, we are not getting any field, right? So we are getting the field event args in E letter, right? So that we are storing in VF event args. Okay, that VF event args dot param field ID. So that field ID number will, we can get it here. Now,
Arjun, I had a question here that we have means after creating this class, on the top of the final class, we had already mentioned that this is extension of table str SCM loan time. Then why we have defined this statement just uh, just above the public static void SCM loan time underscore on the validated field? It is saying that the data, no, just let me complete. It is showing that data event handler table str SCM loan type, then data event type uh, equal to validate field. I think this statement on line number 9 means why it is required.
see, this is just a signature, okay? This is a signature.
We have
Uh,
already copied. See, we have already copied the event definition, which was
mm,
public static void assume loan type underscore on validate field.
mm.
When we have copied this event definition, then why need to get this line which is given on line number 9
Line number
signature?
9 is required. See, first of all, we are writing this code in a particular universal method. It is a common method, common class. It is a common class. In future, I will write multiple business logics for multiple fields, for multiple requirements. How system will identify? Okay, for example, this particular method belongs to for which concept you are writing. Through the signature, it will identify, because this method we are not calling anywhere. System has to identify by default when the project is running, when the table is running. Okay, system has to identify through the signatures only. System will identify the
That
the
means that means if I comment the line number 9,
no
then
no
it
no
will
it
not
will,
work.
no it will not work. That is the method signature. They are to identify the kernel level classes. They have written like this. For
Okay.
our own methods, no need to write anything, but it is a indirectly we are calling the, see, this is your main class, right? Extension class, and to identify, okay, system for which, for on which table you are writing this, you are extending. Through this signature, system will identify. Suppose if you are not writing, how system will identify? Okay, this method, this class you are writing for HCM loan type. So that is the reason we are writing signature, and this is the signature we are writing. Okay, system automatically identify, okay, in this table. Okay, so this is the method, particular method you are overriding.
Okay.
It is overriding concept, right? It is
Oh,
overriding indirectly.
okay. Okay.
Okay, now I'm writing a case here. Case, case, field num, field num, HCM loan type, comma, loan terms. Okay, HCM loan type, comma, loan terms. Now, if HCM loan type LOC dot loan terms less than 10 or greater than something like 60. Okay, here already the result we are storing in RET variable, right? So just result, whatever the result, actually that is that here we have a true value. By default, the result will be true in RET right now. Now RET equal to check failed. Okay, and here RET equal to false, and VF event docs dot result. The result I'm storing result. It is asking Boolean value RET. Here I have not given anything in RET because it is a true. Because it is true. If I am not giving anything argument, by default it will return true. But here validate param validate result. Validate result I am writing the current value. I mean false I am storing here. False I'm storing. So automatically system will throw an error message and the value will not accept by the system. But actually if you see in the override methods, automatically the syntax will be generated like this: Boolean RET equal to super, okay, return RET, and the method signature is also, you can see public Boolean, the return type is Boolean. But what is the return type here? It is a static method, right? In static method, we have defined our own Boolean variable and we are returning manually. We don't have anything here. The difference between this method and this method is, here the method signature is public Boolean. Automatically, it is the signature is generating by the system. It is a Boolean. So that's what I'm not going to writing anything. Simply I will return a false here, return false. But here I'm taking the result manually into the RET, and I'm storing the false value into the RET, and I'm returning the RET as a result, false as a result. Okay, so I have written this at a table level, right? Table. Okay. Okay, let me build the project. Okay, I'll tell you one more example, then you will understand about modified field and validate field codes. In future, if you want to write any another business logic in validating field, you can use this kind of syntaxes and everything. Only you just need to write the business logic. That's it. The remaining lines are common for every validated field. What is the HCM loan type? Loan types. Okay, for example, here I'm just giving 3. Okay, let's create a new record. See, table level method is calling. Okay, so we can write something like for description even. For example, description is a string field, right? Description is a string field. So suppose if the description is less than 2 characters or 3 characters, okay, minimum description should be 5 characters. Let us assume that like it is a phone is a 5 characters. If the description is less than 5 characters, we should show some message to the end user, but we cannot throw warning, but we can show the message to the end user that we need to take modified method. Suppose if you go to the HCM loan type, okay, there is um, a method called modified field. This one, modified field. Okay, let me copy the event handler code, and I'm going to paste it in the same method itself. I mean, this is for uh, validated field. Okay, now I'm pasting here. Right click, paste. This is for modified field. Okay, and here okay, let me copy the same code here. Sender common. Here also I'm writing the same piece of code. Okay, HCM loan type LOC equal to sender. And here what we have written, validate field event tags. Now I will write modified field event tags. Modified uh, this one, modify field event tags. MF event tags equal to E as modify field event tags. That's it, same. Okay, and here there is a extended data type called field ID. It is extended data type. Okay, I'm writing just like I'm declaring a variable for field ID. It is extended data type. Just I'm declaring a variable for field ID, FID. Okay, here directly we can take like FID equal to MF event args dot param field ID. Directly I'm taking the field ID. Here we have taken field ID, right? In the same way, that field ID number I'm taking into the FID. Here also you can declare, you can write the same line here also if you want. Instead of VF event args dot param field ID, you can write directly FID. Okay. So I will use FID instead of writing this one in the switch case. I can use FID directly. Okay. Now here I'm using the switch case. I'm writing FID. Okay. Case field num HCM loan type comma description. Now string length, right? length integer int not required really. Here I will write directly the business logic. If HCM strlen string length of HCM loan type LOC dot description. So through this we are calculating the string length. If it is less than 5, we cannot restrict, but we are writing some message to the end user. Okay, just we are giving some warning message or error message, something like, but we cannot define boolean value like this, because it is a this method is we are writing for validation purpose. In modified method we cannot write any boolean type of codes. This is just we are modifying. When system is modifying, so definitely we need to show some error message. Only we can show error message, but we cannot restrict. Something like warning, I can show minimum some message I'm writing here, that's it. And here I'm writing break statement.
Arjuna, in this case, the statement defined at line number 40 is not coming in picture. Means,
Line number
40. We have defined a KMF event arcs, but it is not using anywhere inside this code.
modified event tags. Okay. Modified event tags. Here we are writing field FID.
Yes. I got it. Sorry.
Okay, FID we are taking, right? That's what.
Right.
And here we are getting error here. You can observe something like string length HCM loan type dot LOC description. And when you see this one, the name HRM description does not denote denote. Okay, denote a class, a table, or an extended data type. Here we are not getting any error, but here we are getting error because of we have a description field in the HCM loan type. We have a description field in the HCM loan type. Okay, let me open that particular table. There is a description field. This one, this description field. Okay, extended data type is HRM description. This description field is anything from HRM description. When you see the error, the name HRM description does not denote a class or a table or extension extended data type. That means this particular HRM description, we need to see the model name. Which model this particular HRM description belongs to? Go to the Application Explorer, extended data types, extended data types, HRM. This HRM description belongs to personal core. This model we have taken as a reference model or not? Personal core. This model, personal core model, we have not taken as a referenced model. So that is the reason when we are using description, this description already linked with the HRM description. That is the reason we are getting error message here. we are unable to use this description field, even though it is belongs to HRM HCM loan type table. Even though this description field is belongs to HCM loan type table, but we are unable to use this description because this description is inheriting from HRM description. HRM description belongs to personal core. So this personal core model we need to take as a referenced model right now to our HR management model. Go to the Dynamics 365, update model parameters, HR management model. Now personal core, this one. Next, finish. Automatically the error will go on. Now when you save the changes again, see, gone. Now it is showing like a local variable. Description is a local variable, something like. So whenever we are getting this kind of messages, you just cross check whether that particular model we have taken as a referenced model or not. So that is the reason I have taken this field example. Of course, for example, if you want to use any extended data type, for example, any extended data, for example, there is a period short name. Period short name is belongs to calendar calendar model. If you want to use this, you need to take this calendar model as a reference model. Otherwise, we cannot use this particular period short name. Got it? This is extended data type. I mean, this is this extended data type. If you want to use this calendar model, we need to take as a reference model. Otherwise, we cannot use it. Okay, fine. Let me build the project and we'll see. Okay. Let me delete this record and okay, for example, let's create a record, something like ABC. I'm giving ABC. See, minimum description should be 5 characters. Modified field. So this is the way you can write the codes in validated field, modified field in the existing tables. Okay.